Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where last episode we kind of beat Castile in a war. Let's be honest though, they didn't really show up. We kind of won due to ticking war score, and that's not a real judge of our ability to fight them. However, it does put us in a truce with them for a while, and that is really, really good. Now we can get some states made, and I would like to start doing full cores again. I think when we reform our religion, we're not going to lose a bunch of territory, but I don't know that for a fact. But we're going to assume that that's going to be the case. It's maybe a bad assumption, but that's what we're going to assume. So for now, I do want to repay one of our loans here. We're paying 3.93 per month in interest right now, and that could go into rooting out corruption. So we're going to do this. The fleet maintenance needs to drop down. I'm going to keep us in this position here. Okay. I do want to mothball these two forts, though. That definitely needs to happen. And we're keeping an eye on this war down here. They are currently fighting Aztec. Okay, we'll see if Aztec takes all that territory or not. For now, we're not too concerned about pushing up this direction. We have a bunch of war exhaustion that we need to get rid of, and a bunch of overextension. So we are definitely not in a position where we want to go to war for a while. So we're going to tick forward here for a little bit. We want to get rid of a bunch of corruption, although currently that's mostly overextension causing issues. That's understood. England canceled the rights to military access. Okay, so we've not discovered them. I would really like to have discovered them. Yeah, this is us. So we've not discovered England yet. It would be very useful to be able to do that. However, trade dispute against Aztec, sure. Whatever, that is fine. So we're letting our war exhaustion drop here. It's going to take us a fair amount of time for that to happen. Our inflation should be going down by default. Again, that's going to take a while to go away. And at this rate, our rooting out of corruption is going to be kind of slow too. So we renewed a bank loan, which is definitely not ideal. And we're just waiting for our balance to reach +5 at this point. So that's definitely something that's going to happen. Now we've got some separatists brewing up, and where are these? They're up here. Okay. So that's noted. We should get a couple more cogs going here. But can we just walk up here? No. We're going to start transporting. Okay. So that'll be fine. What's the supply limit here? That's fine. No problem, in theory. So we're going to head up this way. We're at 90%. That's unfortunate. Well, at least it didn't pop that month tick. Okay, so over we head. And this will be reasonably fine. Our military is divided. We must always attack. Excellent. Technically, we probably should have taken the Fort Sara strength, but whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so if we take a look at this, we can see that it's now slightly lower in the unrest. Very slightly lower. Mostly this is just war exhaustion and overextension. So this should be reasonably fine. We're just going to keep our units parked here for the moment. And why are these guys taking attrition here? Okay, so they did indeed pop. That's good. Unfortunately for us, we didn't have the morale to take them out. I was hoping the numbers would be enough, but they weren't. So we're going to need to get our army maintenance turned up here. Although I'm not going to do this yet. I'm going to wait until this retreat is over. We're going to need to move these guys back over to here. So we're retreating awkwardly up over this way. Sure. We're now going to turn up our army maintenance temporarily. And we're going to... We can't come back here because our morale is too low. We need to let ourselves move. So we need to give it a month tick. There we go. Now we can move back. And so we shall. So we're going to move back over here. We're going to eliminate this. No problem. I'm going to park these guys right back over here. And this seems fine for now. We lose the stability, but I'm not too concerned about that. With our war exhaustion going down and our overextension soon to be negligible, this should be absolutely fine. Okay, so we'll eliminate these guys without any problem. There we go. And now we can drop our army maintenance back down to here. I want to have one tick so that we're still reinforcing a little bit. We're reinforcing 7 troops per month right now. That's okay. 20 military power for 12 ducats is a pretty good deal. We're going to take that. How close are we to Miltech 8? Well, we're a ways away. That's understood. Okay, we're going to move these guys right on back. That'll be fine. Noble families are feuding, and we're going to lose some dip power for that. 40 ducats to lose 2 war exhaustion is pretty solid, actually. Done. We're absolutely going to do that. Losing 2 war exhaustion is really, really good for us. So that seems great. That puts us at 2.28. We could also reduce this. Well, we can't do that while recent reform modifier is active, interestingly. Okay, well, we're going to get all of these cores, and that will put us at slightly negative on the national unrest, and that's good enough for now. So we're going to get all these guys parked down over here, back in port, and we're going to make a state over here, and we're going to make a state here, and we're going to make a state here, and we're going to core all of this, full core it. We don't have enough admin power to full core all of it yet, but we're very, very close. I want to see what we're at for force limit, 26 out of 23. Okay, as this autonomy comes down, that should get a lot better. Vassal of Aztec? Okay, so we're kind of watching for a doomsday for Aztec. That said, Aztec isn't all that strong, so we could probably fight them. So that's certainly noted. Let's continue to get these full cores done. And I'm wondering how we're doing here. Plus 50 per year? That's not bad. Okay, that's pretty decent. We do need this to get filled. And that's all reasonably fine for now. So this is all looking good. We could get a quantity idea. I don't think that this is the time for that. I want to continue to get us Miltech, but we're going to need institutions, right? Institutions are going to be a very, very big deal here. And I do want to continue paying off our debt here. We are making 6.33 right now. So let's tune up our rooting out of corruption a little bit and put it about here. I want to be making 5 ducats a month. That's the overall goal right now. So we are having our average inflation dropping. That looks good. I'm going to take the unrest here. It shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we've got pretty high unrest in some areas, but we'll deal with the rebels. I'm not too concerned about that. I want this war exhaustion to come down, and that will offset it. So that looks fine. Yearly prestige and manpower modifier, or we take the admin. And we're going to take the admin because we need admin power badly. We need a lot of admin power. So that's all looking good. We might want to consider shifting over from military tech over to admin power again fairly soon. We can also sell Crownland. I want to repay this loan for sure. That is definitely something that we're going to do. So that sounds good for now. We're down to 3.4 ducats per month in interest, and that, of course, means that we can root out a little bit more corruption, which is a good thing. We can see right now our corruption is going down by 0.44 annually. It's not as much as I'd like it to be, that's for sure. But I want to check in here, 26 out of 24. Okay, that is significantly improved. Okay, we renewed this loan, which is definitely not ideal. We have 13 loans and a total debt of 1170. If we were to sell these titles, we'd get 305 gold. I'm going to do it. Our Crownland will be in an okay situation here, and that will allow us to immediately repay 3 loans. And specifically, 1 June, 1 July, 1 August. Okay, yep, we're definitely repaying these 3 loans. This is going to be a little awkward still, but we are down to 2.62 in interest payment now. And once again, I want to be at about 5 ducats per month, so we're going to ramp up our rooting out of corruption here. That is excellent. That brings that down by 0.58. Cool. So that will reduce our costs overall. Admin power or ducat loss? These both are painful. This is due to high corruption. I'm going to lose the admin power here rather than the ducats because we're going to be able to get another loan repaid fairly soon here. Now we do have a rebel uprising brewing, in fact 2 of them, And that's reasonably okay. We'll keep an eye on them, but for now, I'm not too concerned about it. So 26 out of 24, we do want to see autonomy in these areas continue to drop, and of course they will. So that looks fine for now. Clergy are losing power. Wonderful. This loan, we absolutely repay. Beautiful. So our war exhaustion is continuing to drop here. It's down to 6.48, and we need that to get a lot lower. Yeah, we renewed that loan. There was nothing we could really do about it for now. This is fine for the moment. So 3.12 is not really where we want to be here. Is our truce up with Castile? No. But it will be in 5 months. Okay, that's spicy. Castile might attack us again. This is actually considered New Granada at this point down here. This flipped over. That's a good thing. How are we looking with our Castilian opinion at this point? Minus 130. They want a lot of our provinces. They're currently fighting Lithuania and Poland. So that is noted. How much further can we improve these relations? Not much. So there's not much that we can do diplomatically with Castile. We may want to consider improving relations with New Granada as well. Let's get going on that. Smallpox epidemic is unsurprising. Okay, so let's check into our missions here. And I want to take a look at this. So we completed combating the diseases. That's just conquer territory there. Okay. Noted. So we've got some additional stuff that we need to do over in this area, right? We need to defeat the Aztecs and unite Mesoamerica, and we need to go down this way. So that's all understood. The question is, when do we want to do this? Okay, we are at our maximum value with Castile. We're going to recall that diplomat. That seems fine for now. Castile wants a bunch of our territory over here, and that's absolutely understood. We renewed another loan. What else can we do to pay off these loans? Well, we have Yucatan Separatists right now. And let's bump up our army maintenance to be about here for right now. And let's move these guys right on over. Okay. Well, that was rude. Bad timing. I should have waited until the month tick. I saw that it was at like half morale though, and I was like, that should be enough, but it was not. It was not. We need to unmothball this fort. Unfortunately, they spawned right on this fort. Our truce with New Granada and Castile is now over. So we have to wait until our morale regenerates here. There we go. We still don't have enough? Wow. Okay, that's insane. Now we should have enough morale to be able to come down here. Okay, so that sounds good for now. They are still fighting Lithuania and Poland, so that is a good thing for us. We're going to gain some military power here. And they're sieging here. Let's go fight them. These guys are relocating. Understood. Man, we are really struggling to fight these guys. Okay, we're going to have to actually turn our maintenance up. Like, all the way up. That's insane. Well, they don't have enough to siege this now, so there's that. But yeah, we're going to have to actually do stuff here. So lose the stability or 25 legitimacy. I guess we'll lose the stability, but I'm not happy about that. So we're going to come back over here. And let's just sit here while we wait for our morale to regen a bit. And yes, I know we're negative at this moment. I want to fight these guys after the month tick, which this will be. And we'll take these actually seriously at this point. So we'll eliminate these guys. There we go. Now we're going to shift consolidate, and I'm going to split off 4 units, while the rest of these head down to deal with this new rebellion. Okay, so we got a month tick there. This should be good. We should be able to handle that without a problem. These guys are going to go start up a siege on this fort. Now, we're going to walk down to here. This is not enough. How much do we need here? 6? Okay. Shift consolidate, and we're going to move 3 additional units. We're going to move our 2 cannon and 1 infantry. They're going to head up over here. Cool. So that'll be fine. We're going to finish up this siege. Then we're going to come fight these guys again, and that will absolutely eliminate them. So that looks good. No problem there. Okay, so we won that fight. We're going to put these guys back over here. Group these together. And we should get this fort taken back reasonably soon. Eventually. Status quo rolls are not ideal, of course. But for now, I guess it's okay. We have a total debt of 810. We're renewing a lot of these right now, which isn't ideal. But we can actually drop our army maintenance down to about, well, we can actually drop it to here. And we can root out some additional corruption, which would be good. Let's put that about there now. That sounds good. Of course, we're not going to be replenishing forces here very much. Let's move our entire force over. It's going to be rough on the attrition, but I want to move everybody over here, and we are going to group that together, and we're going to utilize our additional siege rolls from our leader. And this is just so that we don't have to constantly move forces around, but it's going to be rough no matter what. Okay, we should definitely mothball this fort, and that will give us some more money that we can toss into rooting out corruption. That looks good. So minus 0.89. That's definitely a step in the right direction. And let's just get this fort taken over. That'll be fine. So I can't help but notice that Castile didn't immediately declare on us. That is very good. Ah, they're at war now with the Ottomans, too. That's really good for us. So we're still digging our way out of this hole, right, that they put us in. But 3.68 is not so bad on the war exhaustion now. This is now over. We're going to move these guys back over here, and we can seize land, which this is a good time to do so. And so we shall. I'm interested in potentially getting some additional privileges here. Diplomatic reputation would be potentially interesting. Reform progress growth would also be kind of interesting. Let's grab clerical education. And then what else are we interested in here? Well, admin advisor cost is whatever. Native assimilation is good, though, so we're going to grab that, although it's kind of awkward for us. Missionary maintenance cost reduction is good, too. So we're going to grab that. That puts us at a equilibrium of 63. Clergy influence level is a bit up there, but that's to be expected. I'm not too concerned about it. Less army tradition decay. Okay. Military advisor cost. Prestige decay reduction. Infantry combat ability. We definitely need that. Okay, what else are we going to go for? We can get 2 additional nobility ones. Annexation relation impact is probably not something that I care about all that much. I think we're going to go with the army tradition decay reduction. And then beyond that, what else are we interested in? Prestige decay reduction? I guess that's okay. So that'll be fine for now. That gets us all of that set up. Now, what do we need to be able to reform this? Ah, this actually is now a thing. This is fully cored? Okay, beautiful. While embracing 3 institutions and adopting their form of government. Okay. So this is going to reform our religion by learning from Castile. Boom. The Council of the Indies is no longer viable, and it's been reformed. So under our enlightened leadership, we have reformed and centralized our religion and society. This will strengthen us. We've learned from our neighbors Castile and taken on some of their governmental reforms. So that is excellent. If we check in on our institutions, we can now see that we have feudalism, we have Renaissance, we have colonialism. We don't have printing press, but printing press hasn't been invented yet. So that is a huge, huge deal. We can enact some government reforms here as well. Or can we? Reforms available, 0. But these are the government reforms that we have. We have feudal nobility, and we have curtail noble privileges. Okay. So this is saying we can enact a government reform. Actually, we can in tier 3. So what do we want here? Centralized monarchical bureaucracy. Yearly meritocracy. State maintenance reduction. What do we want here? Honestly, I kind of feel like reform would be decent, so possible advisors +1, but we can't really afford that right now, although we should be pretty decent as we go forward here. Let's grab some additional advisors. That'll be okay. And we can now invest in some... Oh, we got some technology out of that, too. We're Admin Tech 8, Dip Tech 8, and Mil Tech 7 still. So let's grab Mil Tech 8 immediately. There we go. And we're getting close to Mil Tech 9. Let's also grab Dip Tech 8. We are currently considered a little bit... This is only neighbor bonuses. We're not behind time. Okay. We're going to continue to work on all of that. That definitely needs to be done. Combat width is 24. Noted. And it looks like we need to mothball this fort. Consider that done. And what are we looking at economically? 5.77? I'm going to max out our rooting out of corruption for right now. Aztec no longer considers us a rival. That's to be expected. And we should be significantly technologically advanced over here. We want to go on a bit of a conquest spree. So New Granada's down over here. They are no longer hostile to us. Is Castile? Castile is still hostile to us. Okay. That's noted. So we can invest in a quantity idea. I don't think that's a good idea at this point until we get a little bit more caught up in our tech. But this is definitely looking very, very good. So we are running a reasonable surplus. We can repay a loan, which we should do. Bring us back up over 5 ducats a month. And we still have a total debt of 720 ducats. Don't get me wrong, that's a lot of debt. But I'm thinking about potentially attacking these guys down here. Who all would join this? Honestly, this seems almost reasonable. I would like to expand our amount of cavalry by double. We don't have the cash to do that right now. We do have some national decisions that we can do. Oh, this gains us an explorer. So we're obviously going to do that. An explorer is going to need some light ships. So we're going to need, like, 3 light ships. And that's understood. So, yeah. Oh, we no longer have the rapid collapse of society. That's wonderful. And we can get ourselves a caravel, and we need 17 gold to build this. Noted. So we need to rival someone, and the only one we can rival is actually New Granada. Which isn't necessarily ideal, but it'll do for now. So as far as institutions go, we're all caught up at this point. It's going to be a little bit before we get printing press, but we're in a really, really significantly better situation now. So that's good. National unrest +1. Okay. There are no more reforms to be done, so we can just start conquering out over this direction. And that's definitely something that I want to do. So let's get a caravel building. Oh, we still don't have 17 gold? We have 17.47, but this is actually going to be 17.6 gold that we need. We can also have a lot more sailors now, so that's good. Sacrificial traditions are still a thing, but it no longer gives us negative unrest. I like it. Okay, so we're going to get a caravel building here, and I would definitely like to get started on fighting down over this way. So, we can declare this war. We're not at 100% naval or fleet maintenance. That's understood. And we're going to move down over here before we declare. And we should also probably raise up our maintenance first. We're about to get Mil Tech 9. So that is absolutely understood. I want to move these guys around to Belize first. And we're going to let these forces regenerate a little bit. Okay. So we are negative financially at this time. Let's grab some additional Mil Tech. That'll be wonderful. So that increases our combat width by 1 up to 25. So currently we're at 24, so this gives us the space to build an additional cavalry. We need gold for that. So we're going to take it a loan very, very soon unless we do something. Now we are still paying, we're still using war taxes here. We could reduce inflation. I don't think that's a great concept here. I think we're better off putting our army maintenance about here. For now. We'll move it to maximum very shortly. But I want to give this a month tick. Now I want to consider attacking this. So they're definitely a little higher than us, but we have higher tech and we have a good general. So I'm comfortable with this war. We're going to declare the war, and that should have immediately raised up our army maintenance. I'm going to drop back down our fleet maintenance, like so. And we're going to walk in here. Our state agenda failed. Okay. We didn't drop that far enough, but that's okay. And we're going to set a new agenda, and what do they want us to do? Have a temple or a great temple? Reduce corruption. We'll work on that. We're definitely working on reducing corruption. Okay, so I do think we should probably back off ever so slightly on our rooting out of corruption until we are just sneaking into positivity there. That looks good. I'm going to shift consolidate this, and we're going to split out this unit. We're going to head here. We're going to split out another unit, and these guys are going to just head directly up this way. Okay, so that looks good. We're going to head here. Wonderful. Who all's in this? Okay, that's noted. So this is now occupied. We're going to head up over this way. These guys are going to also head up this way. I'd like to take over this fort. Are these guys in this? Tlaxcala. They are not. Okay, that's noted. Aztec is occupied up here, which is not surprising. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue taking over a big chunk of South America here, or rather Central America. That is our overall goal. Now that we've reformed, we're kind of the big player here, with the looming threat of Castile on the horizon. But we are definitely interested in getting a bunch of territory taken over here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.